What is up, Sherdoggers? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog.com, and today I have the pleasure to talk with one championship atomweight fighter, Nguyen. Hello, B. Welcome back on Sherdog. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I'm not better prepared for this interview, but I'm doing well.
No worries, no worries. You are, beautiful as always.
Thank you.
I know that you're already in Singapore. How was your flight?
It was long, but it was really good this time. I thought it was gonna be rough because I've had a lot of traveling this year, but it was really good.
Are you still dealing with the jet lag?
No, I've pretty much gotten my routine down. I get a lot more jet lag when I go home, but coming here, I just have to, as soon as I get here, I get a little sweat out, and then I make myself sleep during the night, and I'm good.
That's good to hear. And since you're drinking, how is your weight cut going?
Oh, it's great. At one we do hydration tests, so I am already, I think, 2 pounds away. So I'm easy money, golden.
It's been a while since fans saw you last competing. I believe your latest fight was back in July. What have you been up to in the meantime?
Yeah, I just took a little break. From fighting. I did some TV projects, which was fun, getting my creative juices flowing, and then just took a lot of time for family that I haven't had. So it was good. It was good, but I'm happy to be back.
And can you tell us anything about, the TV project?
Not much, but one of it, I was in India shooting for a show for Discovery.
Wow.
It should be out probably this summer. And then I did a little movie project that I can't talk about, but they're all a lot of action and very exciting. So
That's great to hear. And just one more question. These projects involve fighting. Are they, about fighting and MMA in general?
No, they're not about MMA, but it definitely taps into my knowledge from MMA and my just getting some mentor people and helping them push past their limits.
Okay, then I stop here since I understand
you tried.
we have to wait for them to see, and
Yes.
I can't wait for it. You're now scheduled to fight Heqin Lin at One Bad Blood on February the 11th. Where did you prepare for your next fight?
I always do my camps at Xtreme Couture in Vegas. I actually moved there this time, so I'm there permanently. But yeah, I did the whole camp at Xtreme Couture.
How was your moving to Vegas? How is it for you?
It's good. I was always in Houston and did my camps in Vegas, but I need to maximize my progress and live near my gym. So it's been a good move for me, and I'm excited to show it on Friday.
And do you believe that your training routine has gained in, for example, in comfortability since your move to Vegas?
Yeah, for sure. It just will show that I'm invested in Vegas, and with that they are more invested in you. But I just also love that I'm now able to be there for my teammates when they have camps. Being a traveler, it's kind of selfish. You come in when you have camp, but when they have camp, you're out of town. So I'm just happy now to be able to give back to my partners the way they've given to me.
Who have you been training with for this fight?
For this fight specifically, I trained with Tiani V. She fights for LFA. She's tall, she's lanky. She's been a great partner for me this camp for Lynn, because that's very specific to her. I also trained with Maida. She signed with One Championship as well. And then we have, of course, Casey O'Neill, UFC, and Cynthia Cavillo. So good bodies there.
Yeah, for sure. You and your next opponent share a common opponent, former opponent actually, in Ritu Phogat. I'm curious, have you watched Lin's performance against Phogat?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big advantage for me because I know what Ritu feels like. I know what her tendency is. So to see how Lin responded to it was really helpful for me. To see how she responded to pressure, to see how hard she can hit, because I know how hard Ritu can hit and get hit. So I watched that fight. Actually, I pretty much just watched that fight because before that, I think my opponent was on like a 2-year hiatus. So I focused on her recent performance, and luckily it was a decision and a lot for me to gain from it.
I won't ask you to share with us the details about your strategy for the fight, but if you would like to tell us a little bit in general, what do you expect from her?
Yeah, I think from her, she's I heard that she's like really excited to knock me out. So I'm hoping that she's emotional and chases it. That way I can expose that. But she's a point fighter. She's very active. Her punches, kicks don't look too hard. But she's very active. She has very long legs. That's what I've watched this fight. Long kicks, rangy kicks. She uses her legs and her grappling. So for me, I see the fight going. I think I'm the more dynamic fighter. I have more ways to win on the feet, and I want to frustrate her on the feet so I could take her down and finish her.
I noticed some evolution in your fighting game in your latest appearance. Fans knew you as a striker, but actually you showcased that you have some fine grappling skills as well. What can you tell us about this transition from striking to pure and complete MMA fighter?
I think people don't know I wrestled all through high school. I've always had ground, but I wasn't confident in it. I think that I always assume the identity that fans have given me. You keep hearing over and over again by coaches, by fans, you're a striker, you're a striker. And so you lose confidence in your ground. And lately, especially this camp, my ground has just been nasty. So it's a evolution of, okay, I started trusting my wrestling, as you saw in the last fights, and now I'm gonna really finish her with it. Now I'm gonna show how nasty my ground is.
You're coming off a unanimous decision loss to Heqin Lin Olsim in July. To be honest, I was a bit surprised when I heard that verdict, and I would like to hear your opinion on that.
If there was ever a case, like a scientific case to study what judges want and how to win decisions, I think you would have to look at my entire career because there's been so many times where it has not gone my way that I think I should have won. And then there's some times where people have argued I didn't win. I mean, it's hard to find what they want, For me personally, I think that I controlled the fight more and I got more takedowns, did more damage, but I think the judges saw that one drop and gave it to her. Who knows? Honestly, at this point, I don't know what they want. I did think I controlled that fight more, but my goal for myself, it's unfortunate that I have to feel this way, but for me, I just can't let it go to decisions anymore.
So we can expect a finish, from you in your next fight?
Yes, I'm definitely gunning for the finish. This camp, this fight, I'm really excited because I'm nervous again. I think that with all the experience, I was so comfortable. I think that's where the decisions came from, just comfortable. And I was never really in danger, but then I never really dominated to get the finish. I think I was being a little too comfortable. This fight, I'm nervous. I'm scared to lose. And I think that's a good thing. I think you're going to see me go out there and just not risk it and just take it all.
The event on which you're fighting is headlined by the Bantamweight Championship affair between Bibiano Fernandes and John Lineker. Who is your pick for this fight?
I think Bibiano. I've always, when people I mean, Lineker is crazy, crazy good, but when you know what to expect, you can prepare for it, you know? So I can trust that Bibiano is more well-rounded and has prepared for the likes of Lineker.
There is quite an interesting atomweight championship affair coming and is the fight between Angela Lee and Stan Fairtex. Can you please tell us your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it's no surprise that I was cheering for Stamp the whole tournament. I just think I mean, obviously we went to war together, so we have an incredible bond from that. But I just think she's an incredible athlete with all the pressure and with everything and how young she is and how much she's evolved. I'm just rooting for her, you know. And I think that Stamp, having fought her, I think when it comes to heart, Stamp wins all day. I think that Angela can break and Stamp doesn't break. She actually thrives in chaos. She thrives when it gets hard. Angela, of course, can probably get the sub if she looked for it, but I don't think that I think Stamp will overwhelm Angela with the pace, with the striking, and with the resilience that she's going to bring.
Now that you mentioned that you fought Stamp in the past and you also fought Ritu Phogat, were you expecting that finish, you know, in the Grand Prix, in the Atomweight Grand Prix, especially Stamp submitting via armbar Phogat?
I wasn't calling the armbar, but I definitely was expecting a finish because I saw going into the fight, I saw that Ritu was so confident in her wrestling. And the problem with that is, and I think that the advantage that Stamp had was, of course, she likes her striking, but she just was working so much on her ground. And I think that working on your weaknesses until they become your strengths is much better. So I think that's what happened. I think Ritu was overconfident in the ground, and Stamp took it in a surprising way.
Yeah, that was quite a fight, quite a surprise, actually, at least for me. I read that you have been working with non-profit organizations recently. What can you tell us about it?
I mean, I've been working with them for years. I've done a lot of ever since I started fighting. My biggest goal was to use my platform to help others, especially survivors and young girls. I am very close to the AAPI, Asian American nonprofit in America, where we work just to empower women. And the whole board is full of Asian women. So we just do a lot of important work with that. And a nonprofit called Saigon Children in Vietnam, and they give scholarships and build schools for underprivileged children, so that they can have more options than just getting married off or going into labor. I think it's important to show women and young girls, you know, that there's options.
For sure, it is important indeed. And thank you for sharing that with us today. Bee, it was a pleasure talking with you. Before I let you go, do you have any last message?
No, I think I'm just excited to fight Friday, and I'm excited to do this for me. I think that I fought a lot for the fans and for you guys, just to put on a show and be proud of it. But this Friday, it's gonna be for me. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna finish her, and I'm gonna prove to myself that I'm as good as I know I am.
Bee, thank you again for your time. Best of luck with your upcoming fight, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.